A very good evening to you all and welcome to News Tonight here on UBC TV. First though, let's have a look at our top stories. In our top stories tonight, Uganda to be declared Ebola-free Wednesday this week. Police arrest 3 suspected ADF fighters in Kasese district. Ugandan economy to grow by 6% in 2023-2024 financial year. And police in Brazil detains over 1,200 protesters. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Mogalo Mohammed and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now, the Vice President, Jessica Lupo, has commended the unity exhibited by the Ahmadiyya community and the zeal of emphasizing peace whenever they go. This was disclosed by the Minister for Kampala, Hajat Misa Kabanda, at the 33rd Ahmadiyya Annual Convention held in Kiboga District. We have more in this story.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda has celebrated its 33rd Jalsa Salana Convention in Kiboga District with a message of peace, brotherhood and unity among Ugandans. The 3-day convention has attracted different members of different political and religious affiliation who commended the Ahmadiyya community for their positive gesture of serving humanity. The Minister for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, representing the Vice President, Major Jessica Lupo, commended the unity exhibited by the Ahmadiyya community and their approach towards the promotion of peace.
Kumbere ya mtegezebwa nti munoonya mirembe mwagala busiraamu n'eddembe mulwanyisa abantu abakola emisango mu ggwanga abantu abakola ebintu ebikyamu mu ggwanga mulwanyisa abantu okubeera obumu ate nga mwagala enkulaakulana nganza abaddeko mu Kampala Ahmadiyya kimbamanyiko nti mulwaniridde nnyo okusomesa abantu enkulaakulana era ekyo kyo kiboogerako nti enkulaakulana mugisomesa nnyo n'okusomesa abantu okutegeera obusiraamu kyeki era mbasaba twongere mu maaso okubanga tukulaakulanya obusiraamu n'okubanga twongera okusomesa abaana baffe okwewala emize emibi ng'okutega bomu kuba obusiraamu butegeeza mirembe tebitegeeza kuba bomu tebitegeeza kubeera abateralisti tebitegeeza kulwanyisa ggwanga tebitegeeza kulyanguza na byonna ebifumbikidde mu ggwanga so ng'omukolo nga guno tuba tugujjumbira kulaba nti naffe tubagattako ettaffaali okulaba nti tuba encouraging okulanga musomesa ddala emigi gy'emito egirowooza nti jjo giri waggulu w'amateeka.
In a speech read to the Ahmadiyya community, the Vice President promised government support towards their programs. The leader and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda, Al-Haj Maulana Muhammad Kaire, dismissed allegations of terrorism in their sect.
What they have been seeing in the media about Muslim terrorists is not of us. We have not been the ones to be part of that terrorism. And Jamaat Ahmadiyya has been in this area for quite a long time. We have good relationship with the leadership and the community here. And that was shown on the first day of opening this Jalsa, that we had LOC chairpersons from more than 4 villages around, including the LOC chairperson for Chantamba. And all of them talk good of us. Not only that, the LOC 3 chairperson from this area and also 2 other LOC chairpersons, they all know us. We have been with them.
Kiboga District Woman Member of Parliament said the Ahmadiyya community has tried to sensitize the community on preservation of the environment, mindset change, among others.
Abekiboga tulina embeera za mirundi ebiri. Enkuba bwe tugifuna tukaaba amataba. Ate omusana bwe gujja ffe tusinga okukaaba ekyeya. Kakati ebintu ebyo byonna bisobola okubeera balanced singa obutonde bw'ensi tubukuuma bulungi. Ensonga y'okusimba emiti twetaaga okugyongeramu amaanyi. Era tusaba ekifo kino mu maaso awo gye bujja twagala kyeyongera okubeera green. Mwebale nnyo emirimu gye mwakakola. Naye tusaba n'abantu baffe bonna gye mubabuulirira eyo wano mu kugaba awards wabeerewo era abaana baffe abakyasinza okukuuma obutonde bw'ensi mu mirimu gyabwe mu masomero gaabwe.
The 3-day 33rd annual convention has been running under the theme Fundamentals of Establishing World Peace. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Kasese district now, where police at Kikorongo in Kasese district have arrested 3 suspected Allied Democratic Forces ADF remnants with improvised explosive devices. These arrested were on their way to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga has called the people in the area to be more vigilant and conduct security for any suspicious elements in their community.
These suspected Allied Democratic Forces remnants arrested include 2 juveniles, Musana Hussein, 22 years, Ashraf Murshid, 12 years old, from Busoli Bonda in Mayuge district, and another one is Kambale Bondwe, 14 years, a Congolese national.
They must have been recruited from Mayuge and had a cell in Kasese and were planning to cross over to the DRC. The other one, the 3rd suspect, also a juvenile, is called Kambale Bondwe, a 14-year-old Congolese who was also arrested.
These were caught with assorted catches used in criminal activities, which include improvised explosive devices, among others.
Our police at Chikorongo intercepted these 3 ADF who were carrying IEDs. They had a laptop and mobile phones and were planning to cross over to the DRC from Kasese.
Police have also given an update on the investigations into the tragic incident happened at Freedom City during the New Year's Eve concert. The death toll has reached 11 according to police.
Obtained several statements from credible witnesses and from proprietors of the venue, other organizers of the event, private security guards, police officers, parents of the victims also gave us statements, and survivors to the incidents. We also retrieved CCTV footages and documents.
The information gathered by police pins the event organizer Abe Musinguzi, aka Abitex Promotions. Police through DPP seek to amend the charge sheet of Abe Musinguzi to include more charges.
Sheets on Abe Musinguzi and the others who are going to, whom we expect sanctions against after the DPP's guidance, are going to be charged with 11 counts of causing death, contrary to Section 227 of the Penal Code Act, and an additional 8 counts of causing other rash and negligent acts that led to injuries, contrary to Section 229 of the Penal Code Act.
Police have exonerated the facility proprietor, John Sebalamu, after assessing the contract between Sebalamu and Abitex.
A statement from Mr. John Sebalamu, the proprietor of Freedom City Hall, and he also gave us an agreement which he made between Freedom City and Abitex with very clear terms and conditions. The clause number 5, the organizers, under the terms, the organizers were tasked to provide as a must adequate security and crowd control.
In other development, police in Kitintali have arrested one Biliabalema James of Bina over aggravated defilement. Biliabalema defiled his daughters, aged 17 and another one of 15 years respectively.
We managed to arrest the biological father, and the victims were also medically examined and found to have been defiled by their father for several years. When we arrested the father, we examined and found him to be very normal. So in doing this, he knew that actually he was defiling his daughters.
In Renzol West, police in Fort Portal are holding 16 coordinators of empowered consumerism operating under Dream Visionary Africa for defrauding younger adults, promising them jobs abroad. Abdul Nasir Lubwama, UBC News.
Thanks, Nasir Lubwama, for that story there. And some good news now. The Ministry of Health is set to declare Uganda Ebola-free following a lull in infection for close to a month now. The outbreak of Ebola Sudan strain was previously declared on the 20th of September 2022 by the Permanent Secretary Minister of Health, Dr. Diana Twine. But the infection and spread has since ceased, as we hear in this story.
4 months ago, as the country was recovering from the effects of the deadly COVID-19 disease that had affected the country, the public was thrown into a panic situation when another deadly virus was announced.
Trying to gather all the information as we got the results last evening. So we shall be providing this update more regularly, and we shall also be able to tell the country where we have reached. But we're also going to issue further the SOPs, the guidelines that the public need to observe.
After the Ebola outbreak has been contained, the Ministry of Health is set to declare the country free of Ebola outbreak. The declaration will be made in Mubende district that was the epicenter of the outbreak.
I can't say what the minister will say, but what the minister will most likely say is that the current outbreak is over. But what I think she will say, what I don't think she will say is that Uganda is Ebola free. But what she will say most likely is that the current outbreak is over.
The Ebola outbreak that had flared up from Kasanda and Mubende districts had previously put the Ministry of Health and the country generally in a panic mode. The Director of Public Health in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Daniel Chabainze, explains the procedures followed to declare the country free of Ebola outbreak.
To declare a country Ebola free, we declare it in terms of the epidemic free. We have 2 incubation cycles, which are 21 days from the time which we count when we last discharged a patient with Ebola. So from Uganda, we are making 42 days, which is 2 cycles on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So after that day elapses, the following day, the country is declared epidemic free. However, we cannot say there is no Ebola in Uganda because Ebola still remains in the wild, in the reservoirs, so we can only continue doing surveillance, but the current outbreak will have come to an end.
Since September 2022, when Ebola outbreak was declared in Mubende district, several interventions were deployed to control the spread to other parts of the country.
Further, also had limitation of movement. We are talking about the limitation of movement in Kasanda and Mubende. This was very vital. One, it reduced the extent to which people were mixing. It also reduced the extent to people how long they were moving from one place to the other. And then 3, for example, in Kampala, we had what we call institutional quarantine. And that's why we were able to get that seemingly big cluster in Masanafu in the family. So by getting these people early on, we were able to limit further spread. But as I said, in public health, no single intervention can be effective. But it's a very critical intervention, a single intervention, which has the biggest impact.
The 2022 Ebola outbreak registered 55 confirmed deaths, 22 suspected deaths, and 87 recoveries. Adiana Kote, UBC.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni has challenged clerics to continue rallying their followers to embrace government projects and programs that are aimed at empowering them. This was contained in a message delivered for him by the Security Minister, Major General Retired Jim Muhwezi, during the inauguration of Rukungiri District Hadi at an event attended by the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaji.
The Rukungiri District Qadi Sheikh Abdul Malik Kayole Byaruhanga has been inaugurated during a ceremony graced by the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaji, at the main district mosque in the municipality.
So help me Allah. So help me Allah. Allahu Akbar.
The event was also graced by area political leaders, members of the clergy, and the general public.
We pledge our total commitments to work with you and support your good plans for the welfare and development of the district.
So we are here not only to work with the Muslim community, but all religions. We shall work together, and you must have already seen that there is a fundamental change.
Shortly after his inauguration, Sheikh Abdul Malik Kayole thanked Allah and the Uganda Supreme Council for vesting in him the trust to lead Rukungiri Muslim district and pledged to serve above self.
Our Prophet, peace be upon him, was a man of unity. He spread love and kindness. Through these actions, he attracted millions of people to join Islam. Therefore, by coming together, we can change lives, uplift those who feel down, and create a sense of belonging to the vulnerable.
Mufti Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaji appealed to all Muslims in the country to foster unity for development.
Newebuuza kiki ekitutawanya ng'abasiraamu ba Uganda? Tewali ebiseera ebimu biba bitiibwa bye bitutawanya, ebiseera ebimu biba byanfuna bye bitutawanya, ebiseera ebimu ffe tetwandyetaaze ebyobufuzi bya gavumenti bitwawule naddala nga ffe ng'abasiraamu. Sirowooza nti ffe tuyinza okufuuka ensonga etawanya gavumenti okuggyako abantu abaagala okutubuza. Owulira abantu abaali batwala abantu tuli mu jihadi bali mu nsiko eyo kati balina n'abatali basiraamu kati balwanirira ki? Bw'obanga olwanirira busiraamu nti oli ku jihadi ate saawa yemu olina John olina Petero ng'ebintu ebyali ku mulembe gwa Jamiru mukulu alwana jihadi ya kika kyo okuggyako ayagala kwetuusa ku ki? Ku byokulya naye.
He, however, notes that through the unity like that exhibited through the Interreligious Council, Uganda can move steps forward.
Twateekawo Interreligious Council nga kye twagala kwe kubeera nti enzikiriza enjawukana y'enzikiriza tetwawula tetufuula abalabe be. Mulabe wano bannaffe abalala gwe oba tolina ssomero ate ogenda amagezi n'ogafuna ku Petero. Bw'oba tolina muzimbi Igiria ojja genda wa Suleimani. Bw'oba olwadde ojja genda wa John yajja okujjanjaba obulungi. N'olwekyo ebintu ebyetaago byaffe eby'omu nsi twetaaga buli muntu yeetaaga munne.
Security Minister, retired Major General Jim Muhwezi, represented President Yoweri Museveni as the chief guest.
Nanda kubebaza munonga kwebaza obusiramu ahabwo kuhagira government omu bintu bingi ebyokushoma ebyamarwariro ebyokukora eby'entaasya.
He, however, reiterated government's continued support to religious denominations.
Kwarabe hariho abantu muri kumanya abine barukora mutugambire. Tell us, we shall address it. But otherwise, the government supports all religions, all institutions equally.
To facilitate his daily operations, President Yoweri Museveni donated a brand new car to the new Qadi. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Now, government has reiterated that the economy will stand resilient and grow by 6% in the next financial year, that is 2023-2024, from 5.3% in the current fiscal year. Now, this is amidst the global growth slowdown from 6% in 2021 to 3.2% in 2022 and further expectation of 2.7% in 2023. This was disclosed by Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Musasizi, during an engagement with members of Parliament sitting on the Budget Committee.
The priority.
The Minister of State for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Musasizi, has told Parliament that the upcoming budget will be executed under a harsh environment, including rising interest rates, imported inflation, low export demand, among other effects brought about by global shocks like high inflation and the lingering negative effects of COVID-19 pandemic.
And here we are in the BFP, we are saying the discretionary resources are declining from 25 to 22. The gap explains that the expenditure will definitely go down by 2.5 trillion.
In a presentation of the National Budget Framework Paper for financial year 2023-2024, government expects to increase external financing and reduce public debts in order to maintain a steady economic growth. This, according to Minister of Finance, is in line with the medium-term strategies to expedite economic growth.
That's why we are here actually today to request you to ensure that we fully align ourselves, not only on paper, but in terms of the budget we are going to make for next year. How you appropriate it at program level, instead of appropriating it at sector level.
The preliminary resource envelope for financial year 2023-2024 is at Uganda shillings 49.988 trillion compared to Uganda shillings 48.131 trillion for the current financial year 2022-2023. As government projects economic growth of 6% in the next financial year 2023-2024 from 5.3% in the current financial year, the MPs questioned the driving factors.
Very interesting. What is it that is giving you the confidence that our economy is very resilient? It will be able to withstand the world economic shocks, which provide the context within which we operate.
You are saying you are going to reduce the total public debt, you are going to reduce on the domestic debt, but on the other hand, you are going to increase on external financing. How does the two strategies speak to each other? Because this country wants to see a reduction on borrowing.
We are a very resilient economy by virtue of our structure as a country, as an economy, having gifts of nature, but also having a very resilient population, producing its own food, and also managing their cost of living. So the drivers, honorable members, is the oil and gas that we are investing in right now. That's why we are prioritizing it.
In order to fund the key priority sectors, government expenditures will have to be constrained to fit within the expected resources.
The budget should be incremental. Don't touch my money. Even if the priorities are there, Gandhi borrow and fund the priorities. We are saying, and we are proposing to Parliament to adopt this method really. It will save us the debt burden in the future, near future. When we say and agree on the goal, that these are the priorities, let the resources move from areas which are ceasing to be priorities, except the fundamentals.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
So we start to receive it.
You're still watching News Tonight here on UBC TV. We'll now take a short break and we'll be returning with much more. Do stay with us.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Kapote Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Kapote deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Kapote Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC. Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
Shopping needs this Christmas, come to Capital Shoppers. We have a variety of items like gift hampers, foods, garments, cosmetics, and all sorts of drinks. Enjoy your shopping experience this festive season at affordable prices in our fully stocked branches in the following areas: in Tinder Stretcher Road, opposite Makere Business School along Portbell Road, Duster Street opposite Nakasero Market, and Garden City on Yusuf Lule Road. At Capital Shoppers, we offer you value for your money. To all our customers and suppliers, we thank you for your continuous support. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
The Uganda Small Scale Industries Association USSIA is a business member organization for micro, small and medium industrialists that has been in existence since 1979 with over 10,000 members and 16 regional offices countrywide. USSIA's core purpose is to enhance competitiveness through development, promotion, policy and advocacy for micro, small and medium enterprises. Find us at USSIA Building, Umasho Grounds, Lugogo, or call us on 0414-574-527, 0774-130-454, or 0782-173-086.
Tosoka nompa hemanga tona genda genyonta esuse kodia abasoga myuse nenkalamateri wanenyula jonyambe umpe okuhema cause I love you hema everybody know oh hema maziganga gampomela.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us on sign language. It is Mugalu Mohammed and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now, a soldier who allegedly killed his wife before dumping her body in a military cantonment in Kawamba, Mubende district has appeared before court in Kampala. Major Gordon Joel Atwebembide allegedly killed his wife Marion Tukamuhebwa by setting her on fire. Atwebembide is being pinned of the murder at the General Court Martial in Machindie.
A UPDF soldier, Major Gordon Joel Atwebembide, has been pinned of alleged involvement in the murder of his wife Marion Tukamuhebwa and dumping her body at a military camp. Atwebembire, aged 47, is being tried at the General Court Martial in Machindie on the offences related to the murder of his wife, Marion Tukamuhebwa. The first witness in the matter, Detective Corporal Eliot Tuliamreba, pinned Atwebembire over the murder.
Just as it is even at this time,
Tuliamreba says during investigations, they received information about Tukamuhebwa's death from an officer who found her body dumped in the army camp at Kabamba.
The accused person told me the disagreement stemmed from the fact that the deceased wanted to conceive such that they have the second child, which the accused person objected, because the accused person said the deceased was HIV positive, which could not allow to have carnal knowledge with her.
He further explained to court that on checking the deceased's phone, she had last talked to her husband, Atwebembire Gordon, which forced them to arrest him.
He was transferred to CMI headquarters, from where he recorded his plain statement and charge and caution as well. The accused strangled the deceased with a white scarf, which he had tied around her neck, before punching her on the side of the neck that had an ailment of goiter.
After hearing from the witness, court set the 17th of this month to proceed with the hearing of the case. Meanwhile, the same court heard from the third witness, SSP Ogenmungu Lawrence, in the case where 12 people are accused of killing a UPDF detective, Sergeant Fred Chemonges. Ogenmungu Lawrence was the one who recorded a statement from the main accused person, Anchan Bob.
earlier he had told me that the two offenses of murder and attempted murder were alleged to have taken place on the 16th of May 2019 at Namwasi village in Mbale district.
He says accused Anchan Bob explained to him on their collaborations with other accused persons in carrying out armed robbery in different parts of the country. Ongenimungu also highlights on how Anchan told him about the attack on the late Detective Sergeant Chemonges in Mbale.
The suspect was suspected to have murdered, according to the brief, was Detective Sergeant Chemonges' friend.
According to Ogemungu's testimony, the accused were also involved in murdering 4 people in 2019. Court adjourned the hearing to the 17th of this month. Rebecca Nantongo, Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now to matters pertaining to the education sector. And as schools prepare for first term, the Ministry of Education and Sports has asked parents to ensure all school-going children are enrolled. A State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, was speaking at the General Annual Meeting of Bamunanika Education Fund in Bamunanika, Luweero District.
Thousands of learners, parents and educationists under the Bamunanika Education Fund in Luweero District converged at Bamunanika Town Market Grounds to attend the annual general meeting of the year 2023. The State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, asked parents to ensure that their children go to school.
Uganda. President Museveni yabawa technical eno bangi bagenda kuva wano bagenda kunoga bunozi sente
He advised them to prioritize schools on strong religious foundation, discipline, and also encouraged learners to appreciate agricultural and vocational studies because government is also emphasizing the Skilling Uganda program. The chairman LC3 Bamunanika Sub-County in Ruero, Stephen Sebide, commended Minister Muyingo for the continuous support towards improving education sector in the district and also for supporting the elderly and the needy, among others.
This is the children under BASF program. This program is a wonderful gesture. You have provided this Kenya because you have provided an opportunity for the children who don't have money to study and moreover to study in better schools. Wow.
The function was also attended by a cross-section of religious and political leaders and educationists who commended the minister for improving education and livelihoods of the communities.
It must be a responsibility if Dr. Muyingo is helping us to pay school fees. Then the parents should buy the school requirements, scholastic materials, uniform.
The national contribution offered by J.C. Muyingo, our Honorable Minister of Education in Bamunanika.
Kinange ngabwe nsobola kantekeyo omwana omumuwerere ne bwemperera omuga Muyinga we baana n'abaweerera naye kwatiraako tebufuuka buki.
To Kilembe now, where police has made arrests of leaders at Kilembe Mines, where locals were demonstrating against the Ministry of Health directive to deactivate Kilembe Mines Hospital credit line for essential medicines and health supplies. Kasese leaders have interacted with the Ministry of Health teams over the matter and are now calling upon locals to halt the demonstrations as solutions are in the offing.
Leaders from Kasese have interfaced with the Ministry of Health officials and as well written to the President regarding the demonstration of residents at Kilembe Mines Hospital. The demonstration was a result of a directive by the Ministry of Health instructing joint medical stores to deactivate Kilembe Mines Hospital code from the list of facilities that qualify for essential medicines and health supplies.
This is an invitation to the people of the mountains to die. Because they meant to remove medicine from the people, you are saying they should die. These people who are using other facilities, the schools, where will they go? So we are saying that the fountain of honor of this country, the president, because now when this one comes from the permanent secretary, higher authority in the ministry, we are running to the president now for rescue.
We no longer experience death because of this hospital. But since it has gone, the population is going to decrease and the death rates, actually child mortality and pregnant mothers who have been having deliveries here, we are going to face death.
The demonstration attracted response from security agencies, which led to arrest of residents. The Kasese Municipality Mayor Charles Kahendo and Bulembia Division Chairperson Bomera Richard.
This is the reason we are here. Whether there is police, we are not stopping, we are continuing until the journey is over, until we have received the health facility here.
Today, at the same time, myself, then the Honorable Member of Parliament from Songora South, Honorable Member of Parliament from Songora North.
Kasese Member of Parliament urges that the decision by the Ministry of Health was made hurriedly and need to be reconsidered to regain sanity.
The response we got was positive. The leaders took this decision without consulting, and some of this historical perspective of this hospital was not known to these leaders. Some of these leaders are new in the ministry, so there was need for us to discuss and to harmonize. So we have hope that some action is going to be taken in favor of our people.
Kilembe Mines Hospital serves close to 6 sub-counties in Kasese District. Irene Faith Nantongo, Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
Traffic police has given bus operators 1 week to have processed badges for every driver and streamline route charts. Police Traffic Directorate spokesperson Farida Nampima says this operation intends to reduce on the high road carnage. The traffic report of 1st to 8th of January 2023 indicates 79 deaths in over 320 road crashes. We have more in this story.
With this directive from the Police Traffic Directorate, will require bus drivers to have badges with their photos for easy identification.
Expected to display a photo, his own photo, in that bus, a copy of the badge which will have his photo, his names, his driving license number and the classes he has, the bus company he's operating. This will help traffic police to trace the movements of buses, to stop return journeys, and to stop drivers who shift from one company to another after causing crashes on the road.
Police have given bus operators a week to process badges for their drivers. These badges are supposed to be issued by the Ministry of Works and Transport.
All bus owners are hereby instructed to submit particulars of all bus drivers to the Ministry of Works and Transport for verification. This started on 6th January 2023. This exercise will only last for 1 week. Thereafter, no bus driver will be allowed on the road without a badge.
Another directive from the Traffic Police Directorate requires bus operators to streamline their route charts as per the instructions from the Ministry of Works and Transport.
It has come to our attention that you find 2 different companies are sharing one route chart, which is wrong. It ends today and now. So every bus company must have an independent route chart for its buses. Bus owners are reminded to operate their buses within the prescribed time issued out on those route charts. No bus will be allowed to operate on the road out of time. Every route chart given to a bus shows the route on which that bus is supposed to operate at a particular time.
Traffic Police has again given border operators 3 days to process a riding license which corresponds to the motorbikes they have. These are directed to acquire appropriate class of license.
Motorcycle riders are riding on the road with vehicle classes. When you are issued a driving license, we have classes that ride motorcycles and we have classes that drive vehicles. So you find someone on the road with a driving license with the class of a car and is using that driving license to ride a motorcycle. All motorcycle riders have been given 3 days from today to renew, that's one, and carry a copy of their driving licenses. Those who don't have, make sure you get it within the 3 days. So every rider, effective 12th, that is Thursday, January 2023, traffic police will start arresting those riding on the road without a valid driving license and those who ride the road without attaining one.
In the road crashes reported between 1st of January to 8th of January, police registered 348 accidents, which claimed 79 lives. The main cause of these accidents is reckless driving.
Reckless driving on the road. That means people disregard the rules on the road while driving. They should drive with proper caution on the road so that will reduce this carnage number. People don't obey traffic signs.
The increasing crashes is compelling traffic police revise means of operations by introducing and enhancing mechanisms towards imparting discipline among motorists. Abdul Nasser Lubwama for UBC.
Serious traffic directives there, and of course all aimed at curbing road carnage in our country. Now, about 90,000 border riders are likely to be displaced after KCCA starts enforcing operations from the 445 gazetted border stages in Kampala. The Executive Director, KCCA, Dorothy Chisaka, emphasized the issue of establishing a database for border riders as they reorganize the industry.
The number of border riders operating in the 5 divisions of Kampala is estimated at about over 150,000, with about 3,000 stages scattered all over the place. Following the recent riders' registration, Kampala Capital City Authority gazetted 445 border stages, and enforcement for use of gazetted stages is to start soon.
Getting into a phase where we are saying, let there be specified stages, gazetted stages, which have built up shelters. We are not going to have an enormous number of stages. Besides, it litters the city. It makes the city look disorganized. We are going to have limited gazetted stages and regulate the border riders.
Stages, we know that they've given us a few number of stages, but we believe we are going to be talking with the ED and the technical team. We add some stages in areas where they remove the stages. 600 stages. At least if they give us like 400, it will be enough for us in Kampala Central Division.
The Executive Director, Kampala Capital City Authority, Dorothy Chisaka, said they carried out registration to enable identification of motorcycles, riders and gazetted stages.
Unregistered border riders is that they need to get into the registration. We are not throwing them away. There is a window for registration for everybody. The business of registration is not about throwing away anybody. We want the border industry to be organized. So
KCCA, in partnership with UNDP, have donated 5,000 reflector jackets to help reduce accidents.
It's about the prevention and to reduce the risk of transmission of infectious diseases, generally, like Ebola. On average, Kampala Metropolitan registers 10 to 20 border accidents on a daily rate, 10 to 20. That's a very, very high number. One of the interventions to reduce this number is to increase visibility on the busy roads.
Some leaders of border riders in Kampala appreciate this gesture, but prefer KCCA to do it in a more organized way.
For this great work she has done, for giving us this reflector. It's going to help us a lot in terms of reducing accident, because it reflects most especially in the night.
Kampala Capital City's aim of having a smart city involves introducing electric borders to be done with support of investors. Mnavka Farida and Dan Lugemo in Kampala.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Kabote Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Kabote deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Kabote Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF. Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
Over the years, we've dreamed to get onto the world stage. We've had that dream crushed. We've witnessed a total defeat of what could have been our greatest moment. We've felt our spirits go up, only to take a hard fall. We've had our fires burn out and leave only scars. We've seized the wind and had it pulled from our grasp. We've seen pain and we've seen loss of the last fragments of hope. But we are made of resilience, and resilience never stops dreaming. So we will dream even bigger with the Cranes Cup Bowl 2026. Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup.
Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup. For every Now special you buy, we will give 50 shillings to the Uganda Cranes 2026 fund. You will also get the chance to choose how the Cranes Cup Bowl contributions are spent. Now special, official beer of the FIFA World Cup and official beer partner of the Uganda Cranes.
Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Let's have a look now at what's happening in the latest in business. The Uganda Tourism Board pledges to ramp up its efforts geared at positioning the country as the tourism destination in Africa that provides everything that Africa has to offer. According to Lily Ajarova, wholesome marketing initiative makes it cost-effective for the potential tourists. Dennis Sigoa reports.
Coming from the brand refreshment to explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, in 2022, the approach of marketing Destination Uganda is to get the world to know that Uganda has diverse tourism attractions and variety, says Lilia Jarova, the Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Tourism Board.
No, we are the Pearl of Africa because the depth, the range and the variety of what Africa has as a continent, we have it here in this unique country called Uganda. So with that, our approach of marketing Destination Uganda is to get the world to know that we have the variety, we have the diversity. You can come for wildlife experience, you can come for cultural experience, you can come for adventure experience, hiking the Rwenzoris, Elgon Kadam, name it, marine tourism.
In 2023, the Tourism Board, a statutory organization with a mandate to promote and popularize Uganda as a top tourism destination, is pledging to put more wood in the fire. Uganda Tourism Board is laying strategies geared at positioning Uganda as a top global film location destination and business tourism.
Film producers just get to know, they just need to know that this is a country where they would get lots of film locations where they don't have to spend anything to make sets. They will just have to put their cameras there and you have these amazing backgrounds with waterfalls, the mountains, the gorges, the forest and all that. Naturally, natural setup. You don't need to spend any money. So it is another direction as well we are taking, besides promoting the experiences that people can get.
However, as the tourism-aligned public entities plan and strive to market the country, their efforts are often ruined by the lack of substantial resources allocated to the sector.
Yes, as we plan and we want to do all these things, of course, the major challenge is always the resources to invest in what we have to do, the development of the products and then the marketing as well. It's a big challenge. It's really a big challenge as a sector. We still have a challenge with the budget ceiling that is allocated to us.
Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC News.
International news now, and we go to Brazil, where Brazil's Ministry of Justice says that around 1,200 people were detained and taken to the federal police headquarters in Brasilia after government palaces were stormed by protesters on Sunday. Now, most of the arrests happened in front of the army headquarters in Brasilia, where supporters of former President Jair Bolsonaro had been camping since December. According to the local police, dozens of buses were used in the operation. On Sunday evening, Brazilian Minister of Justice Flávio Dino said that 200 people had been arrested in connection to acts of vandalism in Brazil's capital. The minister said that 40 buses were seized after being used to transport protesters from other regions of the country to Brasilia. To Russia now, where Moscow claimed without providing any evidence that and I quote, massive missile strike in the eastern city of Kramatorsk had killed more than 600 Ukrainian forces. It said it was in retaliation for a Ukrainian attack on a Russian base that killed dozens of Russian soldiers on New Year's Day. But the Ukrainian military says this is untrue. Russia's defense ministry said it had killed more than 600 Ukrainian servicemen in a strike on buildings temporarily housing Ukrainian forces. More than 1,300 Ukrainian troops were housed in 2 buildings, Moscow said.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Kapote Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Kapote deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Kapote Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
Oh, Susan. I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, Nga, you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello. Is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay, this is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
Sports news now, and we begin with Chan. After friendly draws against Cameroon, Tunisia and Mali, Cranes head coach Martin Mitchell believes his boys have had the best test ahead of the Chan tournament in Algeria. Uganda battles African giants, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Senegal and Ivory Coast in a tournament that starts this Friday. Mitchell admits that the 3 draws are not a result they wanted during trial games, but believe they have learned lessons.
They have played the final 2016, that they have been third last time. So when you look at everything, when you look at everything against very competitive team, so far so good. We have, I believe, in several aspects of controlling the game improved. Most important, when you go for the tournament is won with iron defense, matches are won by goals. Now we have 6 days of countdown. These 6 days of countdown to the start of the tournament need to polish every aspect, but the most polishing aspect need to be how in open play and how in set pieces we are supposed to be more dangerous.
I've always been training very well in trainings, and it has been pushing me till today, brought it into the game. Well, we as players were so impressed because when we go to such a big tournament, we always don't want to lose any game, we always don't want to concede. So playing today's game, it was really a tough game, but we managed to do what coach told us to do, to be behind the ball, to get the ball and to take it forward. We did what the coach told us to do, and we shall go into the tournament knowing that it's a big tournament and we have to do what is supposed to be done in the tournament.
We finally come to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, and on sign language, it's been Mogalu Mohammed. See you at 10.